All right. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am BrandonJaneau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow. Social media. Instagram, Threads, BrandonJaneau, Facebook, the BrandonJaneau Show, and of course, TikTok, BrandonJaneau Show. Um, so go follow me on all of those social media platforms. I don't know what the hell is up with this goddamn glow on this camera today, but yeah. Um, but yeah, so go follow me on all those social media platforms. Um, YouTube channel, Brian Janu Show. That's where you really can go subscribe, comment. I do comment back. Be respectful on all those social media and YouTube channels, man. Be respectful. That's all I ask. Some of y'all just be ignorant as hell. You just be sitting there reading some of the comments, be like, yeah, this shit don't make no sense. To even respond and reply. Um, but yeah, so yeah, better than that, go follow me on all those YouTube channels. Go follow me on YouTube channel. Lord Jesus, follow me on social media platforms. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Brand New Show. Um, yeah, okay, let's do this. Okay, now let's do this. It's Tuesday. You already know what it means. It is I Bleed Sports. So many things going on in sports, man, right now. So many crazy things going on in sports. Of course, Sunday in last night, we officially have new champions. The Final Four for the men and women were crowned over this past couple of days. Talk about those two champions. Last night's game, particularly with the Houston. I'm gonna talk about the Final Four game between Duke and Houston. I saw a lot of people going at the if he comes out this year in the draft, the number one overall pick, Cooper Flag. I'll talk about him, um, and all the craziness going on with that. So I'll be talking about that. Um, the NBA is making some crazy goddamn moves. I can't remember if I talked about Tyler Jenkins being fired last week or not, but I've been talking about the Grizzlies, the Tyler Jenkins firing. Of course, Ja Morant is back in the goddamn news again. Don't know why. Um, well, I do know why, but I'm going to talk about why I feel like he should probably not be in the fucking news for what he's been doing. But I'll talk about that. I thought I was done with this dude, but I guess not. Um, Contenders and pretenders. I've been doing this for the last couple of weeks, last couple episodes. First was the Lakers. Last week was the Celtics. This week is the Thunder. Talk about the Thunder. And where do I feel like they'll be? Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? Do I think they could raise a championship this year, or do I believe they're gonna get bounced at some point in the playoffs before they even reach the NBA Finals? I'll talk about that. Also, speaking of something I saw last week, um, who's better? Um, Last week I did Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter when it came to the NFL draft. This week I'll be talking about Cam Ward and Austin Gentry of the Boise State running back. Who will have a better rookie career, Austin or Cam? And sign and draft, I'm doing the Panthers today. So that is the I Believe Sports rundown. That was the rundown of everybody. But before I get into all that, congratulations to Alex Ovechkin, Alexander Ovechkin. He has officially surpassed Wayne Gretzky, the goat. He surpassed him this past Sunday, um, against the New York Islands. The Capitals also won. Capitals leading the entire uh, Eastern Conference in hockey. Um, we've seen some records fall in the last couple of years when it comes to um, sports. Um, A couple years ago was LeBron James surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most points in a career, NBA history. Alex Ovechkin has just passed Wayne Gretzky for the most points in hockey. We've seen it in NFL a couple times now. The record for the most points, most touchdowns in a season has been surpassed a couple of times. Not just the most touchdowns in a season, most touchdowns by a player, career touchdowns by a quarterback. Dan Marino had it, then Brett Favre had it, then Peyton Manning took it from him, then Drew Brees took it from him, then Tom Brady took it from him. Speaking of an unforeseen record that would ever be topped, is Drew Brees topping Johnny Unitas. That record was never supposed to be topped, and it got topped by Drew Brees. 56 consecutive games with touchdowns. With a touchdown. Drew Brees has that record. There's been records that have been broken. Is what I'm trying to say. And of course, people immediately started to ask. First of all, before I get into what I'm about to say, Alex Ovechkin is one of the greatest hockey players of all time. He's always been one of the greatest hockey players of all time. I mean, you've been playing at this level for 20 years, damn near 20 years. That is freaking crazy to me. I want to say he came in the draft. What Sid the Kid? Sidney Crosby. He either came in before Sid the Kid got in, the draft that Sid got drafted, or the draft after Sid. Either way it goes, he's always been compared to Sid the Kid, and we're seeing it now also in hockey, right? With Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews, where you know Austin Matthews could score. Last year, Austin Matthews had like 60 goals, 60, 70 goals last year, and didn't even get nominated for fucking MVP. That shit still blows my fucking mind. How the fuck that man to get nominated for MVP fucking P? Like, he had 70 fucking goals last year. You're just sitting there like, oh, yeah, well, yeah, okay. The fuck? Are you serious? That shit blew my fucking mind last year. I'm like, you telling me this man is not even nominated for fucking MVP? And he has 60, 70 fucking goals? Are you serious? Oh my God, I didn't understand that shit. Anyway, but that was the one knock on Alex Ovechkin for most of his career. Can he be the star of a championship winning team? Whereas for Sid the Kid, he won a title as soon as they built a team around him. And Alex Ovechkin has been told probably for his entire career until he won the Stanley Cup in 2019 that he's a scorer. That's nothing. That's all he is. He's just a fucking scorer. He's nothing more, nothing less. He's just a scorer. He's not Sid the Kid. You can't put him in a situation where he's going to win. And he always had to hear that. And then he won in 2019. And I think that's what made a lot of people start to give him more of his respect because now he had a ring. He had a Stanley Cup to his name. And that's something else that a lot of people don't put into perspective is that Alex Ovechkin was dominating hockey, but he could never get out the second round. He could never get out the second round. No matter how good he was, they just needed to build a team around him. And like I said, finally he got his ring in 2019, which changed the conversation of his legacy. But and it kind of, like I said, it kind of feels like this generation now of hockey, right? Where it's like Connor McDavid just played in the NHL, like in the Stanley Cup Finals this past year. Like he just played in the Stanley Cup Finals this past year, and you're looking at, Austin Matthews who scored 60, 70 goals last year, and the Maple Leafs could barely get out the first round. Like you're just like, what the hell is going on? Like it kind of feels like that's Sid the Kid, Alex Ovechkin. It's like we know who's the better scorer. Is he the better player? And that is where the problem kicks in. But Alex Ovechkin is one of the greatest to ever do it. Now, of course, as soon as he passed the goal, the next day was, well, on Monday. Yeah, it was Monday, first take. They, of course, had to ask the question of who had the most impressive record being broken? Was it LeBron breaking Kareem's, or was it Alexander Ovechkin breaking Wayne Gretzky? Shannon Sharp, shout out to Shannon Sharp, one of the greatest tight ends of all time. But you're a very known LeBron James fan, boy. Respect to LeBron for breaking that record. That record was never supposed to be broken either. But let's be 100. Hockey is way fucking harder to break a fucking 894 score. 894 scores. This man barely missed games in 20 years. Then my brother Wine told me he missed only 20 games in his entire career. That shit is crazy. 20, 30 games in his entire career in 20 years? That's fucking nuts. And hockey is clearly the tougher sport. And like I says, when me and my brother Juan did it, when he passed him, there's no extra scores. There's no extra points. You're not getting extra scores, extra points once you hit the puck into the goal. You're not getting an extra just because you got a slap shot. You don't get 2 extra points. Like you get 1 point. So for him to do this for 20 fucking years, day in, day out, and barely miss games on top of that, that is clearly the tougher fucking record to break. Especially when you're in hockey. That is damn near impossible. This man damn near was the leading scorer in most of the seasons that he played. LeBron James was never the true leading scorer of an entire NBA league. Alex Ovechkin damn near scored almost over 200, 300 goals every fucking year. Like, the dude was just on another fucking playing field, bro. Like, no, man. The tougher record, the most impressive record, is Alex Ovechkin. Are you fucking kidding me? Like I said, there's no extra threes. There's no extra slap shots. Like, you either score or you don't. That's how the fuck that works. And he scored damn near every game he played in. That's another thing. He scored in damn near every fucking game he's ever played in. That is crazy. That is fucking insane. Congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. And no shot to LeBron, but it's just like when I hear people try to create this narrative, and it's just like, bro, like just say you love LeBron and we can move the fuck on. Because there's no reason for you to sit there and tell me that LeBron's record is better. Like, bro, there's been advancements in shooting. You can shoot a three. You get 3 extra points. You get free throws. And I know people gonna sit there and say, well, Brandon, they do that too in hockey. They get penalty shots. Yeah, but again, like, you get 1 penalty shot. You're not getting 2 extra points when you hit the penalty shot. Like, fuck out of here. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, like that shit is wild to me. That shit is wild to me. But anyway, congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. Congratulations, man. Now, college. Sunday. The UConn women are back at the top of the mountain in the Final Four of women's college basketball. The UConn women are back at the top. They beat the hell out of South Carolina. I can't even lie. They beat the hell out of South Carolina. This is the one thing I've always said about UConn. When they're healthy, they're a dangerous fucking team. Like that's just Coach Ariana. Coach Ariana is one of the greatest college coaches of all time, men or women. I don't care if you coach men or women. He's one of the greatest college coaches of all time. And I've always said, man, with Paige Beckers being healthy and everybody being, there, the one thing that kept hurting UConn is that they just weren't healthy. Once they became healthy, this was kind of obvious that this was going to happen. So I'm not surprised that UConn won. I thought South Carolina put up more of a fight, but I feel like if you put this UConn Huskies team against last year's South Carolina's team, it would be a different conversation. I really do feel that way. I think South Carolina last year would have probably given UConn more of a struggle, more of a fight. But it happened. Congratulations to UConn. That was Great win for them. They absolutely destroyed UCLA and South Carolina. Those are the two best women's college basketball teams this whole year, and they absolutely ran through both of them like it was nothing. Like that shit's crazy. That shit is nuts. Shout out to UConn. Shout out to the UConn women, man. Now, before Sunday, before Sunday, there was a game Saturday. It was the men's Final Four. One game in particular, Duke versus Houston. Now, I had to hear a lot of people getting their feelings on social media after that game, and that's again is the world we live in, man. We live in a moment, and I get it. The moment is all we got, so we have to live in it, right? But I saw a lot of people being like, "Man, Cooper Flag, man, he can't handle this. He can't handle this. He ain't gonna be the guy when he gets in the league." I told you. I told you. To be honest, I don't know if Cooper Flag is gonna be the guy. I don't. But to pretend like he's not good at all, that shit is crazy to me. That shit is crazy to me. Do I think he's gonna go to the league and dominate it? Who's to say? Who's to say? He's 18. That's another thing about this world that we live in, bro. He's 18 fucking years old. He hasn't even grown into his grown man body yet. He isn't even there yet, and he's already one of the highest anticipated players already in fucking basketball, bro. Let the fucking kid grow. Let him grow the fuck up before we start throwing out these innuendos about, oh, he's never going to live up to this. How the fuck do you know? Fuck you know. I don't get y'all. I don't fucking understand y'all. Duke was young. Duke was a very young team. And we've seen now in a bunch of Final Fours, young teams don't win national championships. You don't believe me? Look at Duke a couple years ago when they had Zion and RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish. Did they win a Final Four? No, they got bounced in the Elite Eight. Look at Kentucky when they went undefeated with Karl-Anthony Towns and Devin Booker. And look at that team. Did they win a championship? No, they got bounced in the Final Four. I take you back even a decade before that. Way before that. I take you back before that. A couple of years before that. John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, that Kentucky team. That team was fucking dominant. Did they win a championship? Fuck no. They got bounced in the Final Four. Like, what are you talking about? Like, young teams do not win national championships. It's damn near fucking rare for a young team to win a national championship because 9 out of 10, they're not. When you play against experienced teams like Houston was, you're probably going to fucking lose because they can start pressuring you differently. They know how to play you differently. And on top of that, this isn't just a Cooper Flag situation. This is all. This is really on the head coach of Duke. How long he's been a head coach of Duke? Like Coach K retired in what 2020, 2021? Can't remember. Like he's only been a coach of Duke like for like 4 years. No, probably five. I'll give him 6 years. He's only been a head coach of Duke for like a couple years. Like he still feels like he doesn't know how to handle late game situations. He feels like he doesn't know how to handle late game situations. And that's more on the coach than it is on Cooper Flag or the players because Houston was just simply just pressuring you. And look at how Florida played Houston last night, and look how you played Houston. You telling me you couldn't handle that shit because you have young players, very inexperienced. They haven't been to that level yet. You had three freshmen on the court against people that are transferring in and out of schools that they've been in for like 2, 3 years. Like, bro, that was all on Duke's head coach. He fucked up. He fucked up bad. But again, here's where the kicker is. A lot of these teams are now going to start to realize, man, yes, getting the number one freshman is great. But if we don't surround him with some veteran, some experienced players through the transfer portal, we're fucked. We are fucked. And that right there is all you need to understand. I think that was a great comeback by Houston. Like I said last night, they played Florida and lost. It's funny how it's funny how Houston had a last second comeback against Duke Saturday, but then gave up the lead late against Florida. Florida came back, won the game late. Um, I see also a lot of people getting on Emmanuel Sharp today for the bad shot. Well, the shot that he really didn't take. He just jumped up and tried to like fake it, pump fake it in the air. He was just too far up. He was already up. He should have just shot the fucking ball. Um, I'm assuming he thought he was going to try to like pump fake it, but he was. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I'm assuming he thought he wasn't that far up, but he was too high up, and he's like, oh shit, and he just threw the ball down. But that's also on his teammates. His teammates should have known, like, yo, we got to get to this ball because the clock is running out. They looked like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, could we touch it? Do we touch the ball? Like, what's going on? They looked like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. That's on the Houston players too. But people that sitting there and going at this kid Emmanuel Sharp today for losing the game last night, I don't want to say he lost the game because it was a collective effort of losing the fucking game. But for people that sitting there going after this kid, dissing him for that shot or that situation, you clearly did not watch Saturday. You clearly didn't watch Saturday because if it wasn't for him, that ass wouldn't even been in that fucking game last night. He literally carried them to Sunday to last night with his play. If that kid did not do half the shit he had to do in that fucking Duke game with 32.8 seconds left on the clock, down like 8, 7 points, bruh, they would have never made it to last night. You would have never seen them in last night's game. Are you fucking kidding me? So the people that's shitting on this kid, why? Why are you going at this kid? Because this kid did not do a damn thing. Because if it wasn't for that kid, he has the right to fuck up here and there. Sorry to say that. He had the right to fuck up here and there. The man was the man is the reason for why you even are in the fucking championship game to begin with. But Houston, as it, like I said, as a collective effort, you had LJ Cryer kind of lose the ball, kind of lose the handle a couple of times. He was trying to get his handle and he couldn't get it right. You had you got a really bad foul out at the last second, which was something that you needed because that man, number 11, he also had a big play in that Duke game. He cut the lead down 2-1 when they stole the ball off the inbounds and they got the ball. They tried to shoot it off a three and he missed and he caught that shit and dunked it. Like all of that shit. It was really bad, just really bad down the down the game situational basketball. It was just really bad. It was so bad. Really bad. Just really bad late game situational basketball. Just they just didn't play well. Um, so yeah. But again, people that shitting on these players, these outcome like Cooper Flag particularly. I saw so many people like go at Cooper on social media, and I'm like, what the fuck are y'all mad at this kid for? Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's fucking 18 years old and he's the leader of a fucking team. He got him to the Final Four. What literally, if he would have made that fatal, if he would have made that shot, how many of y'all would be kissing his ass right now? Come on, if he would have made that shot, how many of y'all would have kissed his ass? Come on now, like stop it, stop it, stop it. But yeah, that I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that at all. But congratulations to the Florida Gators and the UConn women, the UConn Huskies women basketball team. Congratulations to you two. Starting to feel like 2007. Starting to feel like 2007 in this bitch. Lord have mercy. Starting to feel like 2007. Lord have mercy. Um, keep it in basketball. Let's go to the men. NBA. Before I get to my contenders and pretenders with the Thunder, There's been a couple coaching firings. It's one thing to get fired midway through the season. It's one thing to even get fired at the end of the season. It's crazy to get fired when your team is still in the fucking playoff race. What the fuck are you doing? It's not just you getting fired with the team still in the playoff race. It's like 6 games fucking left. I can understand if you kind of borderline playoff kind of. Memphis fired Tyler Jenkins last week for fucking no reason. You're just sitting there like, what the fuck did you fire him for? It just didn't make any logical fucking sense. You're just sitting there like, what the fuck did you fire him for? We still don't know. We probably would never know until the season's over for why they really fired Tyler Jenkins. But anyway, Memphis is still fighting to get the 8th position. They have a chance to get to either the 4 or 5 seed, 6 seed, something like that. Excuse me. Or the play in. That's crazy. That's nuts. Tyler Jenkins isn't the reason for why Memphis is in the shit that it's in. It's not. He's not. You would also be in the. You probably want out of this fucking job too if your fucking star player is a fucking idiot. Is a fucking idiot. You will probably want out that damn. You'll be like, you're gonna fire me for real for this shit? For this shit? You gonna fire me for this shit? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm getting fired because our best player, the person you've invested all this money into, the person you've invested all this money into, is fucking stupid. It's my fault that he's stupid. That's my fault. That he's a fucking idiot. That's my fault. That Ja Morant is a fucking idiot. That's my fault. All right. All right. I guess I get fired for that shit, I guess. I don't understand the decision making of the Memphis Grizzlies. You really want to fire somebody, you should have traded Ja Morant 2, 3 years ago. That's the fuck you should have did. When all this shit started up with this kid, you should have traded his ass then. He still had some value. You could have got his ass out the fucking building. You could have got some picks. Shit, you could have traded his ass to Phoenix. Flip Ja Morant for Devin Booker. And now look at what the fuck you would have had. I think it's fucking stupid. And here's the thing. I see people on social media immediately start defending Ja Morant. Oh man, y'all gotta let him be him. And bro, it's one thing if this was his first fucking offense. It's a whole other thing if it was his second fucking offense. This nigga did this shit a day of each other. It's bro. You've already been suspended for this shit. The crazy part is, this is how fucked up this is. This is how stupid and fucked up this is. A couple years ago, when this shit started with Ja Morant, this antic started with Ja Morant, and he was going on social media. Nobody was telling him to do this shit. He was just doing it voluntarily. Going on social media, posting guns on his fucking social media. Y'all have a one-track fucking mind. I'm starting to realize this now. Especially in this time period of life, we have a one-track fucking mind. We do live in a moment, and it's fucking weird. But Ja Morant fucked up. And he fucked up bad. Ja Morant. Ja Morant. Did all of that shit. Got suspended. He got suspended. Not once, but twice during that time period. Sat down with the commissioner of the league. Talked about something. He apologized. He's sorry for all that. I'm sorry. I should have never done all that shit. Right? All that shit, right? Apologize for all that shit. And then you apologize for it. Fast forward, you get injured. You come back to the league. You get injured. You lose most of your endorsements around this time. All that shit because of this stupid ass shit you did. And now you come back to the league, and you still have not learned your lesson. And I get it. Oh man, everybody does the air gun shit. You shouldn't just like this. See, that's the problem. You keep sitting here and saying what everybody else is doing. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. You have been disciplined for this shit. You have done this numerous fucking times. You know what the fuck the consequences is of this situation. And yet you still sit there with a dumbass look on your face and still want to do this shit. Why? You think you're fucking a rebel. You think you're fucking a rebel. You're not, dude. You're a fucking idiot. And you keep fucking up your own career because you think you're some fucking gangster. We know you're not, nigga. We know you are not built like that. Why the fuck are you playing like that? You truly are determined to be one of these niggas in these hoods that used to be somebody. Yeah, that nigga used to play in the NBA. He was actually a good fucking player in the NBA. That nigga was actually could have been an MVP one time in the NBA. What happened to him? Why the fuck he here with us? Nigga, idiot, didn't understand that you can do some of the hood shit you thought you can do. Y'all keep sitting there and saying, well, was this wrong when LeBron was doing it and Mikal Bridges was doing it? Are you fucking stupid? Are y'all fucking stupid? Last time I checked, Mikal Bridges was not on fucking social media 2 years ago with fucking guns, towing a gun in the fucking camera like this on a fucking plane or in a strip club or wherever the fuck he was. Or was in a car with his friends with a gun in his head like this on camera. And his friends had to turn the fucking phone down because this dumbass nigga was doing this stupid ass shit. Was that them? Was that LeBron? Was that Mikal Bridges? Was that them? Or was that John Morant? My problem with shit is that you want to do the shit, but you don't want no consequences. You don't want no consequences. Y'all want to do the shit, but you don't want no consequences. You don't want to be told that's a stupid ass thing to do, kid. You gonna fuck your shit up. I've been telling you, hey bro, chill. No, I'm about that shit. I'm about that life. I stand on business. You can't help people like that. Ja is what, still in his 20s, mid 20s? It's one thing to have this happen. It's people. This is my problem with people, man. This shit happened 2, 3 years ago. This motherfucker just had this shit happen to him. They literally had to discipline him the entire fucking season because he couldn't understand. He couldn't wrap his fucking head around. Hey, bro, you are a professional basketball player. You are one of the faces of the league. We are trying to push you to media, mainstream media. This ain't got shit to do with the white man. You are a fucking global superstar, you dumb motherfucker. And yet you still got the fucking nerve to say, I don't need y'all. I can do this shit on my own. Fuck you. The fuck? Are you serious? That's my problem with y'all. This generation now is that you don't want to be told nothing. You don't want people to tell you, hey, bro, you fucking up. You fucking up. We see where you're going, and we trying to keep you from going down that road, down that path, and you fucking up. And you got the fucking nerve to say, I don't care. I know. All right, you know, you don't care. So don't come back crying to me about how they did me. Look how they did me. They fucked up. They fucked me over. No, no, they didn't. Because what you did was a choice, nigga. What you did was a fucking choice. You had the commissioner literally say, hey man, listen, they fined you. They gave you a $75,000 fine. I would have suspended your ass on the spot. Fuck you. I just told you not to do this shit. And you think you some fucking gangster? I ain't gonna sit your ass down for the rest of the time. Go sit your stupid ass down. You suspended for a year now. Congratulations. This nigga was suspended literally long fucking year. What, for 50 fucking games? For 50 fucking bro, that's half the season. What was it? 20, it was 25, 30, some shit. Some crazy number. He was suspended last year for this shit. He came back and got injured. And y'all still can't fucking fathom this shit? You can't. Oh man, that's fucked up how they did him. Man, that's fucked up. Josh. The world is not social media, bro. The world is not social media. The world is reality. And reality is, if somebody continues to disrespect and disobey the rules of the situation, and I've laid down the law to you, my nigga, and you still sit there with a straight face and tell me, fuck that, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. All right, nigga, well, fuck that. Go play in the G League. All right, nigga, fuck. You can't even play in the G League. Go play in the Pro Am. Go do a pickup game with these niggas in fucking in the gym in Memphis. If you can't abide by this, I get that you young and stupid, but you ain't gonna be young for too much longer. And that talent that you have is gonna diminish. And all you're gonna be remembered for is the guy that used to be John Morant. I wish Derrick Rose had John Morant knees in a bit like John Morant's knees. Cause if he had that nigga health, Derrick Rose would be one of the greatest goddamn basketball players we've ever seen in our lives. Fuck what you talking. That's ridiculous. That is fucking ridiculous. Speaking of getting fired, the Denver Nuggets. Speaking of teams that have decided to, I don't know, throw in the fucking towel at this moment. I don't know what the fuck has happened. They fired Mike Malone, in their general manager today. With 3 games to go. Again, you're in a playoff conversation. You have a chance to actually get the 3 seed. And you said, nah, fuck that shit. What the fuck? Like, nah, fuck that shit. What? Immediately people start saying it was the Joker that probably had this happen. He probably wanted out. He probably wanted him out. I don't fucking know. Does anybody fucking know? Does anybody know? In the NBA, it's a player-driven league, so of course a lot of things immediately starts to run into. It might be the players. Understandable. Where the problem kicks in for me personally, where the problem kicks in for me personally, is that Denver decided to make a move like this at the last second for no fucking reason. And yeah, we're gonna probably find out later on what the reason was. But at this juncture, there is no actual reasoning for why they did this decision, why they made this move, why they thought this was a good idea. Especially, especially at this moment, especially at this moment when you still have a chance to get the 3 seed in the Western Conference. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Denver, what are you doing? I don't get it. I get it if you want to make this move at the end of the season, do your thing. But right now, with everything that's going on in the Western Conference, yes, 3 games, I get it. But if you just don't think you're going to make it to the Western Conference Finals, and again, maybe this shit has been brewing for months, maybe years. Maybe Mike Malone saved his job with the Denver Nuggets when he won the finals in 2022. Maybe he did, and maybe that's why they just 2022, yeah, 2023, one of those years, 2023, yeah, because they won a title in 2023. Um, Maybe he saved his job then, which is understandable. But at this moment, it's not like you're at this piss poor bottom of the Western Conference. It's not like you're the Pelicans. Not like you're the Utah Jazz. You know what I mean? Like you're not one of those teams. It's like, bro, you have literally one of the best players in the NBA and a Joker. Fuck are we doing? Like I don't get it. I don't understand it. Again, like maybe it's Mike Malone not going along with management ownership. I would say ownership because now you just fired the GM. So it must be something going on that we don't know and we haven't heard yet. But that is just that's some crazy shit to do. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's a weird one. Keeping it in the NBA, contender or pretender. Um, Last couple weeks I did the Lakers. I did the Celtics last week. So this week is the Thunder. OKC Thunder. OKC is the number one seed in the Western Conference. Bucket. They're number one seed. Led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who will probably 9 out of 10 should be the MVP. I know how some of these voters vote. They might be like, "Oh, not a Joker." Okay, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander literally leads the league in fucking scoring. I don't know how you can sit there and he got his team the best fucking record in the NBA. But do your thing. But do your fucking thing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is that guy. He's that guy. And the Thunder have a great chance to be one of the best teams going into the playoffs. Now, I've heard some people, of course, Shannon Sharp has made it very funny that, OKC, KFC, UFC, Lakers in 5. And Sunday did not look good. I mean, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Thunder did not look good in that game against the Lakers Sunday night. They play again tonight. We shall see how that looks. But here's where the problem for me kicks in for a lot of people. And I know a lot of people sit there and say, the Lakers destroyed the Thunder. That's why we talking about. The Thunder have the number one spot locked up. The Thunder has the number one spot locked the fuck up. Luka last year against the Thunder definitely whooped their ass. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like they didn't. Dallas definitely whooped the fucking shit out the Thunder. LeBron James being a veteran like he is, yeah. But there is a reason for why they're trying to avoid falling into the 4-5 situation. Because if you fall into the 4-5 situation, good fucking luck. The Thunder is a very interesting team. I do believe the Thunder can win a championship this year. I do. I think they can. But just like every team that I've talked about, you have to avoid certain teams. The Warriors, for one. I think the Warriors are their right amount of veteran playoff experience that the Thunder cannot get over. It's not about at that time. It's not about it. Also, coaching experience. Steve Kerr has coached in multiple Final Fours. I mean, Final Fours. Lord Jesus, NBA Finals. This man has coached in multiple NBA Finals, so he knows what he's doing. I feel like a lot of this. So you have that situation. I don't think the Thunder can handle playing against the Golden State Warriors in a playoff driven series. If it's 7 games, yes, the Thunder were going to have it on their home court, but that's a really bad time to be in have a 7-game series. It's not a good situation to have a 7-game series against a team like the fucking Warriors with Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. That's a scary ass game. That's a scary ass series to have. Shai Gilgeous is going to get guarded by Jimmy Butler. And in any other world, that's a dumbass matchup to have. But in the playoffs, playoff Jimmy, he might shut down Shai Gilgeous. I know that shit sounds absolutely crazy, but it might happen. I would avoid the fucking Thunder. If I was the Thunder, I avoid the Warriors as much as I fucking possibly can. I would avoid the fuck out the Warriors. If the Warriors fall into that 4-5 situation, that second round matchup is going to be fucking magic. Oh man, put that shit on TV and shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear. That's gonna be this playoffs. Knicks Pacers, because there's gonna be a changing of the guard. The top that team, the Warriors are not gonna just give it up to the Thunder, and the Thunder's gonna be like, man, we cannot let them beat us. Like that shit just cannot happen. Some people say the Lakers. Some people say the Lakers. Avoid the Lakers. Luka's a bad matchup for the Thunder. He is. He's a bad matchup for the Thunder. What the problem with the Thunder is, even though the Mavs beat the hell out the Thunder last year, the games that they were successful against the Mavs is when you put Luka in actual defensive situations, and that's what the fuck the Thunder can do to the Lakers. If you actually force Luka to also have to defend and run up and down the court with you, he's going to be non-existent on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen it already in the play this season with him. He gets fucking exhausted. He gets exhausted very fucking fast. In the playoff game, that's more tense, more bodies being hit, more going up against you. Luka's already not a really great defender. You add on to the fact that, say, Gilgeous-Alexander is probably going to tear his ass apart in certain matchups, but Luka's going to get his. Don't get it twisted. But the Lakers into itself is not a great perimeter defensive team like that. They're not. And Chad Holmgren can definitely show up when he needs to, and that's the key in the Lakers series. And same thing in the Warriors series. Chad Holmgren, if he actually shows up in any of these series, put the shit to bed. Put the shit to bed. It's over. Put the shit to bed. Outside of that, outside of those teams, man, I don't really see a team giving the Thunder maybe Houston. That would be an interesting matchup. I think Houston, because Houston is the Thunder. Houston's the Thunder. Houston has everything the Thunder has. They have athletic wings. They have a pretty great point guard that can get to the rim and score and hit jumpers and all the other shit. Jalen Green. Athletic wings like Thompson and Jabari Smith. You have a center like a Chad Holmgren and Şengün. That fucking Houston team can give the Thunder a fucking problem. They gave them a problem just recently. And they got a little bit of veteranship with Fred VanVleet and all them. They can give them a fucking problem. Those are the three teams. But if they avoid those three teams, I don't think you're going to avoid the Lakers, Warriors, or Rockets, all three of them. You are going to probably have to play one or two of them before you get to the Western Conference, to the NBA Finals, if you get there. I think the Thunder can get to the NBA Championship. I think that they could win a title this year. I really do. I think if they could, like I said, I don't think you can avoid two fucking teams. I don't think you can avoid the Lakers, Warriors, and Rockets. Rockets are going to be the 2 seed. So I don't think you're going to avoid the Rockets. But if the Lakers beat the Rockets, if they stay at 3, and the Lakers beat the Rockets, then you still don't have to play the Lakers. Excuse me. Now a lot of people probably say, what about Minnesota Timberwolves? Timberwolves, outside of Anthony Edwards, they don't scare me. Outside of Anthony Edwards, they do not scare me at all. Yeah, they don't scare me. I've been said if I was the Timberwolves, I would have flipped, not just Karl Anthony Towns this offseason, I would have flipped Rudy Gobert. I would have traded both of them. Rudy Gobert is a complete and utter fucking liability in the playoffs. It makes no sense for you to have a guy that is a complete and utter fucking liability in the playoffs, like Rudy Gobert is. Rudy Gobert is a complete and utter fucking liability in the playoffs. And anybody that says that tells you that he's not. You have not watched playoffs. You have not watched playoff basketball, and it's goddamn disturbing. Outside of Anthony Edwards, nobody on Minnesota scares me. Julius Randle, who else? Rudy Gobert, the rookie that the two rookies they drafted. Nobody scares me. Nobody scares me. Outside of Anthony Edwards, nobody scares me. But yeah, I think the Thunder could definitely win a championship this year. So it'd be pretty interesting to see. NFL. All right. NFL. Last week I started this. Who's better? Shador Sanders or Travis Hunter? Who's better? Who's gonna have a better rookie season? Or you can even say career. I think I did career last week, particularly with them. But who I think is gonna have a better rookie season with this one? Or career, depending on how you feel. So this week it is Cam Ward and Austin uh, Gentry, running back from Ball State, quarterback from Miami. Who do I think is gonna have a better rookie season or career? Now, I want to preface this by saying I've already taken both of these guys in the mock draft show with my brother Juan. Took Cam Ward ninth for my Saints. I'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll talk about that next week. I do the Saints. Why I took Cam Ward. And I took Austin Gentry just recently uh, for the Cincinnati Bengals at 17. 17, 18. Can't remember what they were. Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward is the number one quarterback on the board. Anybody that says that, clearly he's getting drafted first. So to hell with my mock draft. He's getting drafted first by Tennessee. It's clear as day. Cam Ward, is he this game-changing generational quarterback? Who's to say? Who's to say? I felt like Jaden Daniels was that. I felt like CJ Stroud was a better quarterback than Bryce Young. I know Cam Ward is a better quarterback than Shador Sanders, and that's me personally. I just feel like Cam Ward is just a better quarterback than Shador is personally. I felt that, like I said, I felt that way last year about Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams. I was like, Jaden Daniels is way better. I said Michael Penix. Michael Penix, Drake May was better than Caleb Williams. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? These dudes are way better than Caleb Williams. Are you fucking kidding me? Cam Ward is the number one quarterback in this draft. That's just obvious. Where I think that, and again, like I said last week, Shador, Cam, Jackson, Dart, all these dudes have to be 100% understanding that you're not gonna just walk into the NFL and win. Now I know people sit there and say, "Well, right, Shador, Jay Daniels did it last year. Bo Nix did it last year. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it last year. The year before that, CJ Stroud did it. You can't sit there and tell me that they can't just walk in and win a national, like win something seriously, win a division. CJ Stroud won his division last 2 years ago when he was a rookie. Jane Daniels won, won got in the playoffs last year, turned the Washington Commanders around, won the division last year. So how can you sit there and say no quarterback? These quarterbacks won't have that same energy. I don't know if they will. But and I would say this, Tennessee's defense last year was the second best ranked defense. If that defense holds up this year, and all you have to worry about is the offense, you'll find out very fast if Cam Ward is the guy. I just say that. You'll find out very fast if Cam Ward is the motherfucking guy. But I think Cam Ward's a better quarterback than Shador. That's just me. And I think if you take him number one, I do believe you still need to sit him for a couple games. I don't think you just play him right away. But he's gonna have no choice because Tennessee has nothing to fucking fall back on. You either start Cam Ward or you just like, you know what, man, we're gonna sit you for a year and we're just gonna shit the bed again this year and try to get another pick next year. And get a top 5 pick next year and start Will Levis. And Will, you're the starter, and we're not putting Cam in the game. Cam, go sit your ass down. Wait. If you're not doing that, Cam is starting immediately. So if that is the case, we're going to see if Cam can actually handle this situation. I think Cam is going to handle himself really well. I think he's going to be one of those quarterbacks going to take maybe midway through the season to see really where he's at as a quarterback. But I do think he's going to have a great rookie season. Not like Jaden Daniels, not like, Jaden Daniels or anything like that. But he's going to have a great rookie season. I do think he's going to have a really good rookie season. I think he's going to lead the team in rushing. I can tell you that shit now. I think he's going to lead the team in rushing next year. Especially if he goes to Tennessee. He's going to lead that team in rushing. I'll put money on that. He's going to lead that team in rushing. When it comes to Austin, Gentry, he's the best running back. He might be one of the best prospects in this draft. I don't care where you put him. He's going to work. That's how I feel. I don't give a fuck where you put him. He's going to work. I said this to my brother Juan a couple days ago when I took him. I said, I don't give a shit where he goes. After you get past maybe if Cam and Shador are the first 2 picks, once you get past the first 2 picks, you can have the conversation of Austin being drafted at 3. You can start having that conversation like, should you take him at 3? If you're the Giants, do you take him at 3? Do you feel comfortable with taking Travis Hunter at 3? Maybe a dual Carter? Do you want to build a defense? If you're Brian Dable, do you not take probably the best running back prospect at this moment? You don't have to worry about it next year. Now, and the Giants probably don't take him. But at 4, Patriots, do you not pair him up with Ramondre Stevenson, with Drake May, and Stephon Diggs? And that offensive line that needs still some help. It does still need some improvement, but that's what the draft is for. If you are, who picks 5th? The Jaguars, I think? No, I don't think the Jaguars pick. Yeah, Jaguars. Jaguars pick 5th. Do you trust Trevor Lawrence to carry the fucking team? Probably not. I know a lot of people gonna sit there and say, well, they still got Bigsby. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single solitary fuck. You got Travis Etienne. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. He's better than both of them. What the fuck are we talking about? The Raiders, of course, everybody's like, oh, he's going to the Raiders. So clearly we know the Raiders didn't play for him. What about the Jets? Yeah, you got Brees Hall. You got Berlin Edwards, who you drafted last year. Awesome. Whoop-de-fucking-do. So happy for you. But if you can take him. The Panthers tonight, I talk about the Panthers tonight. Do you maybe think about taking a running back? I know Chuba Hubbard's there. But you don't think about taking him? I know my Saints, a lot of fans on Saints Twitter has been saying, oh, man, I'll take Austin at 9 if he's there. Would you not? The Bears, that would immediately put the bed that Caleb Williams has any excuses. Caleb Williams will have no excuses if you take him at 10. If he falls to 10, you take him. If he falls to 11, 49ers, there's a conversation to be had. I'm not saying that Christian McCaffrey isn't still your guy. But there's definitely a conversation to be had because after that, it's like we just paid Christian McCaffrey all this fucking money. And the first year we gave him all this money, he was hurt. Maybe we fucked up. You start talking about it. Dallas is definitely in play. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He falls to 12, Dallas better jump on him. I don't give a shit. Dallas better jump on him. Once you start getting past these numbers, you can actually start having a conversation about maybe taking Austin. Do you take the running back from Boise? And you sit there and you probably say, hell yeah. Listen, we got some needs we can take care of in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. But if he's there, why the fuck not? Now, like I said, I took him for Cincinnati. I put him in Cincinnati. With the 18th pick, I put him in Cincinnati because Cincinnati just did not have a running game last year. As great as Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins was, the one knock on Cincinnati was they couldn't run a fucking football. You pair him with Cincinnati, you automatically know you can't stack the box because there's no way in hell you stacking the box with Jamar Chase and T. fucking Higgins and Jerome Burton, who you drafted last year from Bama. You're not stacking the box. You're not stacking a fucking box. That's just unrealistic. You're not stacking a box. So now you gave this kid two top tier receivers, literally one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Good fucking luck, man. Good fucking luck. Like God Almighty, good luck, man. That is damn, man. But when you ask the question of who's gonna have the better career, rookie season, whatever, between these two, I think it's gonna be Austin. The reason why I say Austin's gonna have the better rookie season between these two is because I think Austin, wherever he goes, is not going to be relied on as much as Cam, which is going to put Cam in a lot more fucked up positions where he's going to have to do more with less. He's going to Tennessee if he gets drafted first overall. If he gets drafted first overall, he's going to Tennessee, which means Tennessee, who has no offensive line, has no running game, barely has receivers and a tight end. Good fucking luck. If wherever Austin falls, he's going to be an immediate difference soon as he steps on the football field. That is just obvious. He's going to be an immediate difference as soon as he steps on the football field. Because if he falls, to Cincinnati, which sounds absolutely fucking nuts, but if he falls, Cincinnati trades up and gets him. That's a fucking deal. That's a fucking punch you in the mouth. Fuck what you talking about. We the best thing on the planet. Like, bro, that offense would scare the living shit out of me. That is a scary ass offense. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Austin Gentry. That's the offense. I'm done. I'm fucking done. The AFC North. The AFC North would. That's one of those moments in the AFC North. You just say, God damn, okay, this is what we got to go up against. One week we got to play Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers and DeAndre Hopkins. The next and Isaiah Likely. Then the following weekend we got to play Joe Burrow, Austin Gentry, Jamar Chase, T Higgins. What the no? You're just sitting there like no. Yeah, yeah. That's a scary ass feeling. Good God Almighty, is that not a scary ass feeling? That's a fucking scary feeling. Good God Almighty. But I think Austin has the better career. Definitely the better rookie season. Definitely the better rookie season. And sign and draft. Carolina Panthers. Now, for Carolina, it's all about trying to fix and help out Bryce Young. It's all about trying to help Bryce Young out. And for me, going to sign a veteran receiver would be great. You still got Keenan Allen out there. You still have Keenan Allen. You still have Amari Cooper. You could always go get an offensive receiver in free agency, bring them in, and definitely figure that out. Also, if you need to go defense, you got Justin Simmons still out there. Go get Justin Simmons. Why not? For me, like I said, I already took a Carolina player. Carolina's pick. I already picked somebody. I picked Tyler Booker, the offensive lineman from Alabama. Um, Yes, even though Carolina's offensive line got better at the end of the season last year, it still does not hurt you to make a move to improve that offensive line. You never know what could happen with that offensive line. If I've known anything, especially with the Philadelphia's and you know, look at Philly. Perfect example. Look at Philly. Look at Philly and how they handle their offensive line situation. Look at Philly and look at how they handle their offensive line situation. And look at Kansas City. Look at Kansas City and how they handle their offensive line situation. It's like tales of two fucking cities. It's just completely different fucking teams. You're like, what the fuck is this? You can never have enough offensive linemen to help your team. Carolina, it would not hurt you to probably draft an offensive lineman. Now I know a lot of these mock drafts got you drafting a tight end. Some of these draft a receiver, which I would not mind if you do draft a receiver if somebody falls to you. If Terry McMillan falls to you from Arizona at 8, you take him. There's no conversation that needs to be had. You take him at 8. But this isn't like the this isn't like the fuck. This isn't like fuck I was about to say. This isn't like you're not in the same situation, you're not in the same sphere as a lot of these other teams. You're picking in the top 10 for a reason. So you better make this shit a good one. But yeah, that's it. That is I Believe Sports this week. I'll be back next week. Talk about football, basketball, hockey. Basketball and hockey are officially about to um, start their playoffs this upcoming week. I know the play-in starts next week for basketball. So yeah, this is the last week for the NBA. I'm thinking also hockey. So yeah, we'll talk about the playoffs next week for both of those. Baseball's back in swing. And the draft is coming soon. Very soon. Very, very soon. Matter of fact, the draft will be here when I do the show next week. The draft will be a week away. Damn. We are here. So yeah. Until next time, I will be back. This has been BrandonJaneauShow. I Believe Sports. Peace.